Hello, dear viewers. You are on the Tripasia channel, where we embark on exciting journeys to the most amazing corners of our planet, uncover the mysteries of life in various countries, and share interesting facts about culture, customs, and natural features. Today's episode is special because it is dedicated to a country famous not only for its vibrant carnivals and endless beaches, but also for its unique atmosphere, filled with energy, passion, and contrasts. Have you guessed which country we're talking about? Of course, it's Brazil. But behind the bright lights and festive parades, there's much more than meets the eye. Behind the colorful facades and bustling streets lies a life rich in contradictions and fascinating stories worth exploring in more detail. Why do Brazilians never just say no or yes, but prefer to express their opinions more gently and indirectly? Why can even the most ordinary smartphone in this country cost a fortune, yet people still choose to live here despite all the challenges and difficulties? And what attracts thousands of foreigners to Brazil, ready to leave home and embrace new opportunities? In this video, we will delve into the very essence of Brazil, the one not shown in tourist brochures or bright photographs, but the one that lives in the hearts of its residents. Ready? Then turn up the volume, get comfortable, and we will embark on a journey through a country that combines the richness of cultural heritage and natural beauty, as well as numerous modern challenges and opportunities. It's clear that life in Brazil is much deeper and more diverse than it seems at first glance, especially if judged only by superficial impressions or popular stereotypes. This country ranks fifth in the world by area, surpassed only by Russia, Canada, China, and the United States, and is among the top 10 countries with the largest population, ranking 6th globally. All this makes Brazil a country with a rich cultural heritage, a diversity of natural landscapes, and a complex social structure. Traveling or living here, you will inevitably encounter many stories reflecting its centuries-old history, trials, and modern achievements. If you are considering moving to Brazil, it is important to remember that English is hardly spoken here. In most cases, locals speak only Portuguese, which is the official and main means of communication throughout the country. Learning Brazilian Portuguese will open doors to a deeper understanding of local culture, traditions, and customs, as well as significantly simplify everyday interactions with those around you. Interestingly, the Brazilian variant of the Portuguese language has a number of unique features that distinguish it from the European variant. For example, pronunciation, intonations, and even some words can vary significantly, giving the language a unique melodiousness and individuality. However, this does not prevent Brazilians from easily adapting to Portuguese if they decide to move to Portugal, and thanks to the similarity with Spanish, many residents of the country can quickly learn that language as well. This makes them linguistically flexible and open to communication in various Latin American countries. Thus, knowing Portuguese will not only help you integrate into society and make new friends faster, but it will also become a valuable skill for traveling to other countries where this language or Spanish is spoken. The history of Brazil begins in the 15th century when Portuguese navigators first stumbled upon these lands. A sailor named Pedro Álvares Cabral, while heading to India, accidentally veered off course, and in 1500 reached the shores of South America. This event marked the beginning of Portuguese colonial presence in the region. In the following centuries, the territory now known as Brazil became a battleground for European powers, especially between Portugal and Spain, these goods quickly won the hearts of consumers worldwide and became an integral part of the global trade network. Their popularity was so high that they rapidly spread to various countries, becoming a symbol of modernity and demand. At the same time, colonization played a crucial role in shaping the cultural and ethnic characteristics of modern Brazil, resulting in a profound exchange of traditions and customs in the country. This historical process has led to a vivid blend of different cultural influences in Brazil today, making it unique on the world stage. In particular, European culture, which penetrated here during the era of colonial expeditions, left a noticeable mark on the language, religious beliefs, and daily life of the population. For instance, about 85% of the country's residents practice Christianity, which is a direct legacy of the colonial past, and a testament to the continuity of traditions rooted in the era of European conquests and missionary activities. The ethnic composition of the Brazilian population is also inextricably linked to this historical heritage. Over the past 500 years, there has been an unprecedented interweaving of different peoples and cultures here. Indigenous peoples who lived in the country long before the arrival of Europeans, Portuguese, Spaniards, French, and Dutch, who left their mark on architecture, language, and religion. Africans, brought here as slaves, played no less a role. Their influence is evident in many aspects of culture and traditions. As a result, modern Brazil represents a unique symbiosis of cultural elements, forming a rich mosaic of national identity. This diversity is not limited to the realm of art and traditions. It is also evident in the daily lives of Brazilians. People here are characterized by a special friendliness and openness, which has become one of their distinctive traits. Even if someone does not speak English, Brazilians are usually willing to help, showing genuine kindness and warmth in their interactions. A smile and sincere warmth are what make the people of this country especially attractive and memorable to visitors. Brazil is a country where life is vibrant and filled with intense emotions, where every moment is imbued with passion and zest for life. This is particularly noticeable in the behavior of its inhabitants. Unlike people from northern countries who tend to be more reserved in expressing their feelings, Brazilians are known for their vivid emotionality and openness. They can easily hug or kiss a stranger, thereby demonstrating their friendliness and readiness for warm relationships. Such expressions are particularly noticeable when interacting with foreigners, who often note that Brazilians make great efforts to ensure their stay in the country is as comfortable and pleasant as possible. Among the many features of Brazilian culture, special attention is given to women, who are considered some of the most beautiful in the world. Their appearance is a harmonious blend of features from different ethnic groups, making each woman uniquely distinctive. These women are renowned not only for their natural beauty, but also for their inner charisma, warmth, and friendliness. Many men from Europe and North America come to Brazil specifically to meet these charming women, as they are known for their openness, willingness to meet new people, and genuine friendliness. In Brazilian cultural tradition, there is a particular style of communication characterized by softness and diplomacy. For example, Brazilians rarely use direct negation in conversation, preferring to express refusal through subtle nonverbal cues or indirect phrases. This is related to their desire to avoid conflict and maintain a friendly atmosphere in interactions. At the same time, in contentious issues, they can display strong emotionality, and the loudness and expressiveness of speech are often perceived as signs of conviction and sincerity. Football holds a special place here. It is not just a sport, but a true passion that unites people. In Brazil, there is a unique culture that helps people freely express their emotions, make new friends, and spend time in a relaxed, fun atmosphere. Even during periods of economic hardship, which often affect the country, residents find reasons for joy and celebration. They organize vibrant parties, noisy gatherings, and festive events, turning every day into an opportunity for enjoyment. The nightlife in urban areas is particularly vibrant and colorful, with streets literally filled with people eager for entertainment. You can see city dwellers dancing and socializing, enjoying every moment of their lives. In such an atmosphere, it's hard to remain indifferent to the energy and mood of the Brazilian night. Equally important occasions for mass celebrations are football matches, which in Brazil are perceived almost as a national cult. Every city has its clubs and fans, and the matches between them evoke a real storm of emotions. Fans, driven by passion for their team, enthusiastically support it throughout the game, and victory becomes not just a sporting achievement, but an occasion for family gatherings. Friends and family gather around tables laden with meat dishes, drinks, and traditional snacks, and the atmosphere is filled with joy and unity. In Brazil, Football is not just a sport. It is part of the national identity, a symbol of pride and unity for the people. Besides sports and cultural entertainment, the country attracts many foreigners not only with its rich culture, vibrant nature, and warm climate, but also with its relatively affordable cost of living. For those earning in dollars or euros, Brazil can become a true paradise, as one can enjoy comfort and luxury without spending a fortune. Imagine a family from Europe or North America with an average income, which, living in this South American country, can afford luxurious villas, maid services, and even education for their children in prestigious schools. All this makes Brazil a popular destination for expats seeking to improve their quality of life without spending huge amounts of money. In such conditions, life becomes more fulfilling and rich with pleasant opportunities. However, it is important to remember that Brazil is a country of many contrasts and contradictions. On one hand, you can enjoy magnificent beaches, tropical forests, rich culture, and vibrant traditions. On the other hand, the country faces serious social and economic problems. High crime rates, noticeable inequality between the rich and poor, and underdeveloped infrastructure create certain challenges. For example, in large cities, public transport is often overcrowded, and intercity roads are frequently in poor condition, complicating travel and affecting the daily lives of the population. Moreover, quality medical care is mainly available in large cities, posing challenges for residents of rural areas, where modern clinics and highly qualified doctors are often lacking. Education also remains one of the problematic areas. Public schools often cannot provide a high level of teaching and necessary knowledge, so families with means prefer to send their children to private educational institutions. This approach exacerbates social inequality, as children from less affluent families have fewer opportunities to receive a decent education and, consequently, to build a successful future. This fact highlights the deep socioeconomic disparities characteristic of the country. An important part of Brazilian culture is its unique etiquette rules and behavioral norms, which are important to understand, especially if you plan to live here or frequently interact with locals. For example, Brazilians are very particular about hygiene. They rarely share food from their plate, except with close relatives or a spouse, as it is considered a sign of genuine friendship and trust. If you are offered a treat, it is more a gesture of politeness than a desire to share their dish. It is also important to remember that offering food with bare hands in Brazil is considered impolite. It is better to use a napkin or packaging to take food. Almost every month in Brazil, a national holiday or important event is celebrated, making everyday life truly vibrant and rich, full of colors, fun, and traditional rituals. These celebrations not only create a special atmosphere of joy and unity, but also help preserve the cultural heritage passed down from generation to generation. Thanks to such events, the country's inhabitants feel connected to a rich history and unique culture, which gives their lives a special color and depth. However, despite the bright side of life, there are less pleasant aspects in Brazil that cause certain inconveniences and require patience. One such aspect is punctuality. Brazilians are not known for strict timekeeping. If you have an appointment or business meeting, be prepared for your counterpart to arrive late. For locals, this is not considered unacceptable or rude. Rather, it is seen as a normal part of cultural characteristics. Delays are often accompanied by friendly apologies and humorous comments, which help smooth over any misunderstandings. As a result, strict adherence to time frames is not a priority for most Brazilians, and many see it as part of their relaxed and open manner of communication. It is also worth noting that in Brazilian society, it is not customary to say no directly, to avoid offending the interlocutor and creating an awkward situation. Instead of direct refusals, people use evasive phrases or expressions, which can confuse foreigners and make it difficult to understand true intentions. Additionally, Brazilians widely use body language and facial expressions, which are an important part of their communication. This style of communication requires a certain sensitivity and ability to interpret hints, which sometimes creates difficulties for those unfamiliar with the country's cultural features. The economic situation in Brazil has its unique features that significantly impact the daily lives of its residents. The country imports many goods, especially electronics, household appliances, and other modern devices, making them quite expensive for locals. For example, purchasing a modern smartphone or laptop often requires long-term installment plans, as the prices of such goods significantly exceed the average income of the population. This is due to high transportation costs, taxes, and duties applied to imported products, which ultimately increase their cost in the domestic market. As a result, many people are forced to postpone the purchase of necessary devices or seek alternative solutions to avoid overpaying. The country's transportation system leaves much to be desired and often causes inconvenience for residents. In major cities like São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, public transport is often overcrowded, and during peak hours, it is especially difficult to find a free seat on buses or the metro. Some of them lack air conditioning, which is particularly noticeable during the hot summer season, when temperatures rise above 40 degrees Celsius. On such days, commuting becomes a real challenge, and many prefer to seek alternative modes of transportation or stay at home. As for intercity roads, despite their extensive length, they are often in poor condition due to insufficient maintenance, creating additional difficulties for those traveling long distances. Healthcare and education in Brazil face serious challenges and problems. In major cities, there are modern medical facilities where qualified assistance can be obtained, but in rural areas, the situation is significantly worse. Local residents often lack the necessary level of medical support, exacerbating the issue of access to quality healthcare. The situation in education is also challenging. Public schools are not always able to provide a high level of education, leading to an increasing gap between children from wealthy and poor families. This inequality is reflected in the quality of education and opportunities for future development, creating social barriers and obstacles for those living in less affluent conditions. Political life in Brazil also plays an important role in shaping public sentiment and influencing the daily activities of citizens. The country adheres to democratic principles, and participation in elections is considered mandatory for all citizens. However, Brazil is a country that leaves a bright and unforgettable impression on the heart of anyone who visits it even once in their lifetime. Its rich nature, vibrant culture, and sincere, friendly people create a special atmosphere, filling everyone with a sense of warmth and joy that is difficult to express in words. However, to truly understand and feel this country, one must not only admire its beauty, but also be prepared to face local realities, accept them, and learn to adapt to the peculiarities of life here. In Brazil, as in any other country, there are challenges. Social inequality, economic difficulties, and infrastructural issues are part of everyday life faced by both locals and tourists or visitors. Despite these challenges, Brazil continues to attract people from all over the world, like a magnet. For some, it is a chance to start a new life, an opportunity to change their destiny, while for others it is a unique experience of getting to know a rich culture, traditions, and a way of life unlike any other. This country is a place where dance, passionate music rhythms, football, and vibrant folk festivals are an integral part of daily life, shaping the mood and teaching one to appreciate every moment. Learning to live in Brazil is not only about discovering new cultural values, but also about finding happiness in simple things, in the little details that make life rich and vibrant. Ultimately, Brazil is not just a point on the world map, but a whole world filled with contrasts, emotions, and opportunities. It may seem complex and even challenging at times, yet it remains incredibly beautiful, mysterious, and unique. Our journey through this amazing country is coming to its logical conclusion, and I hope it has been as interesting and inspiring for you as it has been for me. If you wish to continue discovering new fascinating stories about different corners of the world, remember to keep a close eye on our new releases so you don't miss anything. In the future, we will continue to explore the most exciting and unusual places on the planet, and many more amazing discoveries await you. For those who especially love traveling in Asia, we have good news. We have launched a separate Telegram channel that will become your personal guide to this amazing continent. There you will find valuable tips, answers to relevant questions, and useful life hacks to make your trips even more enjoyable and comfortable. This channel is your constant companion and helper, always at hand and ready to assist in any situation. Thank you for being with us today, for your attention and interest. We hope our stories have inspired you to new travels, to get to know unusual cultures, and to discover the world in all its beauty. We wish you to continue dreaming, traveling, and discovering new horizons. May each trip bring joy, new knowledge, and unforgettable memories. Until next time, friends, may travels, dreams, and discoveries accompany you on your journey, and may the world reveal its secrets and beauties. Goodbye.